Hello everybody, this is Mr. Sands. This is Chapter 7, Section 1, your first half notes. We're going to go right down through here. Hope you're having a good day. So we're going to start with the bell ringer, which is basically the square root of 100. And the square root of 100 is 10. Okay. And number 2, it would be 10 times this negative 1, so that would be negative 10. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to substitute, well, I'll rewrite it as such. And then I'm going to substitute in for negative 1. I'm going to put in I squared because I squared equals negative 1. So then we're going to basically get 10 times I, or 10I. It's the same thing as his, right? But I'm going to multiply by a negative 1 then. So this is going to be basically the following. So this would be negative 1 times 10. This is the square root of I squared. So this will be negative 10I. So there's your bell ringer. Now we're going to jump into the meat of what we're trying to do. So let me open this up a little bit. Get rid of that. All right, so we're going to basically rewrite in rational exponent notation. This will go by pretty quick. So this will be 7/5 in the exponent. Notice the root goes in bottom. The exponent stays on top. So this is 8 to the 1. So this will be 8 to the 1/4. Over here, this will be 10 to the 4th with a 7 on bottom, because that's a 7th root. Now, this is where it gets a little more interesting. This is a 1/7 root. Now, since it's on bottom, anytime you move anything through a fraction bar, it's going to get that negative exponent. So this negative here, brings it out of this bottom. So anytime I pass through this fraction bar, I know I'm going to get a negative exponent. So here we're going to have 12 to the 3/5. Now when I put this on the top, it'll be negative 3/5, as such. Start with my 9 to the 1/4 times 8 to the negative 7/2. I need to be careful here because my negative ran into my fraction bar. So this is a 7, this is a square root, which is understood to be 2. So 7/2, when I put it on top, I get this negative. So that one's a lot going on here. So if you wanted to think of it like this to start, that's totally reasonable. And then when I move it to the top, you get that negative in the 7/2. All right? So there's 1 through 6. Remember, this is writing things in exponent notation, rational exponent notation. So we'll keep moving down here. Now we're going to go the other way. We're going to go from rational exponent notation to radical notation. So this will be the 7th root of 12 to the 3rd. This guy's going to be the 9th root of 8 to the 5th. Remember, the top number is your exponent. The bottom number is your radical. So this will be 11th root of 2 to the 10th. And that takes care of that section. Now as far as evaluating goes, we can do these on the calculator. As soon as you see evaluate, you can think calculator. But if I know that this is going to be negative 3 to the 4th, which should be 81. And I'll just check that quick with my calculator. This is a free program. If you have a PC, you can download it. Okay, so I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to go, okay, I got the cube root of negative 27, and that's all raised to the 4th. And you can see I get positive 81. While I'm here, I might as well do the square root. The square root of 25, and then cube it. So I should get 125. So the square root of 25 is 5. 5 to the 3rd is 125. All right. Coming over here, square root of 36. That's 6. 6 squared is 36. You're welcome to do that on the calculator again. If you want to see it, I'd put a parenthesis, square root of 36, go outside it, close it, and then square that. So you can see I'm okay. All right? Get that out of here. There's your last look at that. Going to the back. Or I guess, the bottom here, where it says evaluate these expressions. So this would be the 4th root of 16, and then I'm going to cube it. So this would be 2 to the 3rd, which is 8. And again, you can type that right in the calculator. This would be the cube root of 27, and and then I'm going to raise it to the fifth. So that's 3 to the fifth, which would be 243. And then I have the square root of 81, and then I'm going to cube that. So this is 9 cubed. 81 times 9, 729. And again, just to do a quick check through here. All right, so I'm going to have 16 to the 3/4. Yep, I'm at 8. The next one here is 27 to the 5/3. 243. And then 81 to the 3/2. 729. So you know we're okay. Again, now I'm actually going to flip over here to the back. All right. Create a problem like number 6 and solve it. And explain number 8. So we're going to do one like number 6. All right. And you can do anything you want here. You could probably go 5 squared to the 3rd, and this could be 6 cubed to the 5th. So I'm going to go 5 to the 2/3 times 6 to the 3/5 and slap a negative because it was on the bottom. Now if I was going to explain number 8, okay, I would rewrite my base. So I wrote B first, rewrite my base of 8 under a radical. The radical, sorry, I should add a period here. The radical will have a root of 9 because that is the bottom. The denominator of the exponent. Okay. The 8 will keep the numerator of the exponent under the radical. All right? So there's the last two. You can keep going with those on the back, but that's where I'm going to stop for this one. Next time you see me, we're going to pick up basically with, okay, part 2 of section 1's notes. Guys, have a good one. We'll see you here in the next couple seconds on the second one. Hey, ladies and gents, this is the second part of your first section of notes in chapter 7. We're going to do exactly what we left off with. So this will be 10 to the 1/4 in exponential notation times 15 to the half. Now remember that 15 was in the denominator, so that exponent's going to get a negative. There's your first one. In this second one, this is y to the 1/7 on bottom, which is going to be y to the negative 1/7 for 2. Rewrite as a fraction, so we're looking at 4th root of 16 to the 3rd in the bottom. Remember the negative puts it on the other side. So there's your warm-up or your bell ringer. Let's go down to what we're doing today. All right, which looks like we're solving for x. We're around to 2 decimal places. So let's go ahead and start here. I'm going to basically simplify and combine like terms. That's 13x. 2 and 16 make 18. Let's distribute the 2 in to get 2x minus 8. Now my 2x is smaller, so I'm going to move that one over, which means I need to move this 18 away from that, so that way I get my x's by themselves. So 11x is all I have left here. Over here I'm going to get negative 26, and then I'm going to divide by 11. So I'm going to type in negative 26 divided by 11 and record that answer. All right, so negative decimal, negative 26 divided by 11, round to 2 decimal places, 2.36, negative. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump to 2. I'm going to distribute in this negative 6. So this will be 3 minus 6x plus 12 plus 7x equals 8 minus 3.5x. Now notice this negative went with the 6 in. So like terms, that'll give me 1x. 3 plus 12 is 15. Still have my 8 minus 3.5x. I'm going to move my 3.5x over. I'm going to subtract my 15 over. So all I'm going to have here is 4.5x. And 8 minus 15 will give me negative 7. So we're dividing by 4.5. So let's figure out what negative 7 divided by 4.5 is. All right. And it looks like we're looking at negative 1.56, because it's 5 and above, give it a shove up to the 6. So there's our first two in our new notes. All right. Let's keep moving here. Only got so much time on this recorder. All right. So picking up with 3, we're just going to solve these. So we're going to add 10. X cubed equals 32. And then we cube root. Now this is an odd root, so I'm not interested in a positive negative answer. It's only the even roots. So let's get the odd root. I should go math 4, 32. All right, so we're looking at 3.17. Still going to 2 decimal places. Let's jump over here to 4. So we're going to subtract 15. Get negative 3x to the third. This is going to be a 3. That's going to be 6. So 63 divided by negative 3. X to the third will equal negative 21. Cube root, cube root. So we're doing the cube root, it looks like, of negative 21. So math 4, negative 21. Going to have a negative answer, negative 2.76. Okay. Again, that's an odd root, so you don't have to worry about plus and minus. Coming over here, this is going to give me negative 7 when I combine 10 minus 17. Still have 22, 8x to the fifth. Subtract 22 over, get negative 29 equals 8x to the fifth. Divide by 8. So we have x to the fifth equals negative 29 over 8. Fifth root, fifth root. Now, this one's a little more work. I'm going to have to define first math, and I'm going to select this fifth guy here. And then I'm going to type in negative 29 divided by 8. All right, so my x value is negative 1.29. Now, again, you do not have to have a plus or minus here because it's an odd root. Okay? So jumping over here, subtract 11. 10x to the fifth equals 59. Divide by 10. So x to the fifth equals 5.9. Fifth root, fifth root. So let's try this again, right? 5, math 5. And then I'm going to type in 5.9. So we're getting a total of 1.43. Okay? So look, I rounded that up because 2 to the right of it, I have this 6, so that takes 2 up to 3. All right? So in this video, it looks like I'm going to finish up with 7 and 8 here, and then I'll start the second video for the back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to combine like terms on the right and get basically 6. I'm going to add the 11 over, get 5x squared equals 17, divide by 5, so I get x squared equals 17 over 5. And I'm going to do the square root. Now, these are even roots, so therefore I need a positive and negative. All right, so we're going to go, all right, square root of 17 divided by 5. We're going to get a positive negative 1.84. And I'm going to stop here, so I'll have to pick up at number 8 when you get back. All right, guys, if you have questions, hit me up. You know where I'm at. Or you can email me. All right, so if you want to see it keep going, go to the section 2 or part 2 of the notes for 7.1.